I'm drawing for you, I'm crying, I'm dying. Red is my heart, red is my blood, red is my flesh, red is my soul, red is what you've done to me. It's what I become. See me, feel me, love me, save me, hide me, kill me, and I cry for me.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's been that 10-minute timer. And yet, here we are. You sitting in this room with me sitting here staring at these stories, looking at you. We know why we're here. We know what we're here for, what we're about, what we're going to do. I don't need to tell you. But I can. That's something I definitely can do. You're here to listen to me, after all, and I'm here to give you a show. It's all in the name of good entertainment, is it not? Welcome to a stream we rarely get to do, but a stream I have fun with all the same. Where instead of being loud and bombastic and dealing with the unexpected as the punches are thrown in video games and such, no, we slow it down tonight. We reel it back, as it were. We sit in our chairs in silence, waiting as one man sits with the microphone and decides to regale us. Read a story, read many stories. But not all of these stories have a happy ending. We're not looking at fairy tales. We're not looking at happily ever afters or may death do they part. No. We're looking at things that give you a fright, the things that go bump in the night. Tonight we're here to regale ourselves with stories of a darker variety, of a crueler nature, of a more sinister cloth. Stories that I think you might find pleasing to hear, yet horrifying nonetheless. We'll take a look at stories, legends, videos even. Know that when I bring you into this with me, it's meant for fun, to enjoy it, to experience fear for the sake of having a laugh, a good time. But a fear that you will experience nonetheless. So come in, sit. I have all the chairs and concessions laid out for you here. All you need to do is make yourself comfortable. Keep your eyes focused straight ahead. And we can begin on our merry way.
Hi. I don't know. Whenever I do these reading streams, I really just like doing those completely impromptu speeches. Giving myself a little warm up. It was a little nasally. I made that up. The entire thing as I was going. I don't know how to read, so thank you for your act. Just don't worry, I'll do all the reading for you. I know how to read. I learned how to do it. You see 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, that's counting. Fuck! But yeah, no, that was I didn't write that down or anything. I just made that up as I was going. But yes, welcome to a very long overdue creepy reading stream and scary video stream. It has been both an era and an age since I've done one of these, yet I'm not unhappy to be doing it again. I know a lot of people have been asking for something like this, and even if the votes don't line up, I know a lot of people have still wanted to see it. I am lucky. You've been waiting this entire time. Okay, I guess we're gonna start with a creepy video since Lucky redeemed the thingamabobber. Honestly, I mean, it's probably the perfect night to do it. I can't blame him for that. Let's find a creepy video. Lucky, do you have a creepy video? If you don't, well, I can't believe you've done this. If you do, you should share it. I gotta find I gotta find a creepy video. Why is there a Peter Griffin cover of Young Girl A? This is fucking heresy. Let's see. Why is there so many Peter Griffin AI covers? What the fuck? There's so many fucking just... What the fuck are these videos that I'm being recommended? These are all disgusting. Oh my god, is the Moro arc actually getting animated in Dragon Ball? Come on. There's got to be something in there. I've got nothing in my recommendations. All right. Well, you know what? You can kiss my ass. I'll look one up. What have I watched in recent time that was really good? Let's just look up analog horror. Basswood County. What do you mean sign in to confirm your age? This is fucking... Oh my god. I gotta fucking... Alright, hold on chat. I gotta fucking log in. Where's me phone? Where the fuck is me phone? Can't believe I got fucking log into Google. This is fucking heresy. This is fucking heresy, I tell you. It's fucking heresy. Oh goddamn. Let's see. Bing 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 bing. Now I gotta open my email on my fucking computer. The changing room. Okay, we'll look that up. Now, Lucky, if it's not as scary as I particularly would like, I'm gonna roast you. Yeah, shut up. I don't need to have you sign me in Google. I can just click the button. Okay. No, I don't want to look up him. Okay, so the changing room. It's more conventional horror, not my taste, but we'll give it a chance. Couldn't find the one that you wanted? Okay, well, you have the options between this or the video I was gonna pick from Basswood County. It is up to you. You have those two choices. It is your points. Spend them as you see fit. So how do you feel, Lucky? What is your decision?
Decision. You tell me with your words.
Let's go for my pick. Okay, then we'll look at. Don't ignore him. We're not here for him. We are going to look at Bestwood County. All right, here we go. This is gonna be a fun one. I don't know if all of these are Bestwood County, but I don't think they are. I think it's just this one. All right.
This is a warning from Basswood County Police Department to the residents of Basswood County and
We
neighboring
received
counties.
alerts about a
We received
humanoid
alerts
creature.
about a humanoid creature. that invaded the
Humanoid
county.
creature. Yeah, because they
There's
would
been 11
use
murders till
fucking
now.
Microsoft
The
Sam.
victims' bodies show decapitation,
Ooh.
absence of arms and hands due to amputation, stabbing in the neck.
This just sounds like me when I play Elden
There is
Ring.
a hostile creature
This
around
is
you and
analog
you should
horror,
do the
yes.
following. Close your doors and windows.
Close them right now.
Any weapon.
That's a. Why would I have that weapon? I don't have that weapon, you bitch. Let's see. Tall, long neck, long limbs, long fingers. Everything's long. A longy, ever tall Gabon. An unnatural face, menacing eyes, and smiling. Short brown hair. Okay. Look at that man. He's gross. So he's like double the size of a person. That's good to know. Oh. His fingers, they extended.
To make you able to identify this creature.
I don't know why that
we are going to
voice
show
is
you
so funny
five voice
sounding.
sketches that were drawn according to eyewitnesses' descriptions.
He looks like the smiling man.
From the creepy pasta, you know the one. The smiling man, is that man? Oh, he's not so smiley there. Why? Oh, see, he's very happy now. Look at him.
Oh, he's really not happy now. Oh.
Oh, he's very happy. Oh.
It reminds me more of the "Have you seen this man?" than it does Germa. Everybody just wants to be like, "Oh my god, it's scary funny Germa" because of the one clip from either the Smile tapes or like early Mandela catalog. Hey yo, is that the Grudge in there? Oh dude, look at that man. The creature. La criatura. I am a sheep and I follow the herd. I defy the herd. Oh, dude, he's laughing. Ho, ho, ho. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. Oh. Oh. Why? We're having fun. Oh, dude, look, an arm. I really gotta hand it to you. That was pretty spooky. What was found in the victim's basement? Detective Jeff Albers. Oh, yeah. I'm going to take your family. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm being silly goofy about it because it makes it more fun to watch. But I like this. This isn't too bad. I'd like to think it gets better as it goes on. Because I mean, it's pretty much no different than any other analog horror. But you know, you can't really just watch one of these and be like, oh, that's the tone for the whole series. Sometimes you got to watch a couple of them because they don't like hit their stride until like episode 2 or 3. Oh, who is there? Who is this? Who's at the door? Who are we waiting for? Oh, it's the man. Oh, look, he's so happy. Thanks for my friend for helping me in some of the clips. Yeah. Okay, let's watch another one. Wait. Pontiac's Robotics Archive? Okay. Someone keep that one in mind. Pontiac's Robotics Archive. I want to check that out. That sounds cool. Shout out to the homie Gog. You mean Golgoroth, the Forbidden One. Dude, a house. My house. .wad. I need to finish that. I need to finish playing My House .wad. That was a really good one. He's so happy. He turned into like a centipede, man. Basswood County Police Department. Hello, how can I help you today? Welcome to the police. I am the police. This is a very dramatic angle that a regular camcorder was placed at for no particular reason. Alright, so here's my first question. Why isn't this just like regular dash cam footage? Didn't they have dash cams in 98? Now this looks good. Who knocking? That actually went very well with the video. Oh, it's that man. It's that man. He's in the house. He's not knocking anymore. Hello, man. Hi. How gingerbread? Maybe too early to be accessible. That makes sense. Stone Cold.
Have you ever encountered this girl? There has been reports about a girl who watches people from their apartment's building stairs. If you ever see her. At your apartment's building stairs.
This seems like a parody of Have You
Do
Seen
not
This Man right here.
hesitate.
Shoot her.
Oh. What is this one?
Can you imagine
Hang on.
moving?
Oh no, that is we already watched that one. That was Children Under the Stairs.
3 weeks of masquerade as a French nobleman, and now it is time for you to change back and return to your provincial university. And if I...
You will be shown images of human faces to test your recognition of uncanniness in them. We can hear you.
And fucked up face. Yeah, I was right. I don't know, he's facing away from me. Oh, both of them suck. Oh. Okay, that was interesting. What? Excuse me, who the fuck are you? Oh. He Pokemon evolved. I like the way they look. They're cool looking. No, this is not Mandela. This is Basswood County. Oh, ew. Fingers. Oh, boo. Oh, I hate that. I actually hate that. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, Basswood County is completely separate from Mandela Catalog. Oh, hey, dude. Wait, was that the detective? Oh. What is even going on in this video? Where did that guy come from? Now we're outside. Because that's definitely a good idea with those things out there. Oh, hell nah, bro. Oh, hell nah, bro. What the fuck? What is that? What is that? Oh, shit.
Introducing Family's Little Friend.
How can you live a peaceful life? Do not care about people's opinions. Get out.
Oh.
Sit in a park, around the trees, where you can watch the sea. Feel the breeze in your skin. And remember, when you are not running, I'm only getting closer.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh. That was so hokey. That was so hokey, dude. Oh my god, that was so hokey. Bro, that was so hokey. Alright, what is this? We'll look at this one and then we're gonna go look at the other one. You have a chance to win me back over, Basswood. You have a chance to win stream back over. I'll watch the rest of you on my own time, but you gotta show your stuff if you want to be good enough to be live. Okay, so Calvin found a shed in the woods. I'm pretty sure in that time you like had no concept of the future other than that it was the future. You would have been more likely to call it witchcraft and metallurgy. Oh. I will wear your skin as a suit. Oh, yay. So what, they're killing people and wearing them? Hi, Andy.
This is what they saw. Guys, this footage is real. Holy shit.
Oh no, Sylvia. No. No. I bonk you. Bad. Who the fuck's dead in the chamber? That man's mega dead. What the fuck is this? I will tell you what your mind can't comprehend. Oh, great. Oh. He got them roots. He got them roots. I mean, it's, you know, I mean, a lot of analog horror series kind of end up feeling like Mandela. What the fuck was that? Oh, fuck. Only 2 of the 7 survived. What a fucking rip.
What is a human? Hello, I am Doctor. In this tape I will teach you about the human anatomy. The human is a chamber for them. I will show you how they will control your body.
I don't know. They're kind of losing me now. Let's go look at Pontiac Robotics. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Ugh. What am I looking at? Backwards audio? Question mark? This heavily reminds me of I Feel Fantastic. What the fuck is that thing? What a horrible fucking robot. Markiplier? What the fuck? It definitely gives me vibes of I Feel Fantastic.
Okay, Meg. It's time for your operation.
It's like if Shay St. John was mixed with I Feel Fantastic.
Why? Oh dear. Have you been brushing twice a day?
What the fuck?
What is this? Meg, you have some gunk in your teeth. All right, time to clean up.
That's a screwdriver, pal. Oh, I think he heard me.
Nice job, Meg. Open wide, Meg. Nice.
What the fuck?
Oops, sorry. Hope that didn't hurt too much. Oh, does not look like you have been brushing enough.
What the fuck is this?
Let me get my other tool.
What are you doing to that robot? God damn it, why is everything falling off my desk? What the fuck is this? Oh, and then we're back to everybody's favorite creepy fucking android. I'm gonna call you Gertrude. Look at her fucking eyes spin around in her head. And the award for the world's fucking scariest looking robot ever made goes to this, whatever the fuck it is. I'm actually struggling to comprehend. Oh, that I hate that. That is so fucking creepy. That is actually scary looking. I am just trying to discern what it is the fuck I am looking at. We are beyond my understanding at this point. Oh, its name is Meg.
Time to light the candles.
That's a big ass candle, dude. What the fuck? Oh, Acid finally posted art. Let's go. Oh, what the fuck? Acid, what are these? Oh, these are so cool, Acid. What the fuck?
How old are you?
What the fuck? These are so good. Please and thank you, Acid. What happened at the end of this video right here?
How old are you?
Oh, she fucking burst into flames. What the fuck is that? Oh no. Ugh. I said, I genuinely love these. These are so good. This is Pontiac Robotics Archive. Okay. Bye, Meg? My wrist hates me. That's so valid.
Meg, you misbehaved. You broke my window. It's time for your punishment.
How does Meg break a window? What is this channel about?
See no evil, Meg.
See no evil? Well, now this is just...
Speak no evil, Meg.
This is just upsetting.
Pain is the only sin that will teach you.
What the fuck?
That should teach you, Meg. Now I will put you in time out you mistreat.
This just suddenly got very dark.
Get mad at you.
What the actual fuck? So what, he fucking broke her leg? And then threw her in the dark. This is really something. And I you know, I don't know what that something is. But this is certainly it. What are you putting down? You know, I really don't know. I don't know what this is about. Can we stop? recommending me Mama Max, please. Oh. Something about seeing that sitting there just in the middle of a field, moving its mouth is so ominous. Like if I was out minding my own business and saw that sitting there, I would genuinely be afraid. I would genuinely be afraid. Hi, Dev. I'm trying to figure out what the fuck we're watching. Don't worry, you haven't missed any stories yet. I'm just like so lost in whatever the fuck it is that I'm actually looking at. Oh, you don't? No, you haven't. I think. What the fuck? Alright, well. That was... Hi, Mono. That was certainly something. That was certainly something indeed. Alright, so we are about an hour in. I say we go ahead and take a break from the horror videos, and we go ahead and get into some of these stories so I can get some of them read. Break core? Nah, it's a little too energetic. Oh no, my ASMR. I'm tired, but otherwise good. Get some food, get unhungified. Did Jack fucking eat the art again? He fucking ate the art. I can't believe Jack ate the art. So this is going to be a bit of a read because as you can see, it is 11 pages. It is quite a long story, which is why I'm having us you know, start here, but you know, who doesn't like a little long form content, am I right? Who doesn't like a little long form content? Okay. Let me take a sip of my Gatorade and we'll go ahead and get it started. This is, for your listening pleasure, The Human Chair by Edogawa Ranpo. The Human Chair, Ningen Isu. Translated by James B. Harris. What about some H2O? I got some drink next to me. Okay. So, without further ado,
Yoshiko saw her husband off to his work at the Foreign Office at a little past 10 o'clock. Then, now that her time was once again her very own, she shut herself up in the study she shared with her husband to resume work on the story she was to submit for the special summer issue of K magazine. She was a versatile writer, with a high literary talent and a smooth flowing style. Even her husband's popularity as a diplomat was overshadowed by hers as an authoress. Daily, she was overwhelmed with letters from readers praising her works. In fact, this very morning, as soon as she sat down before her desk, she immediately proceeded to glance through the numerous letters which the morning mail had brought. Without exception, in content, they all followed the same pattern, but prompted by her deep feminine sense of consideration, she always read through each piece of correspondence addressed to her, whether monotonous or interesting. Taking the short and simple letters first, she quickly noted their contents. Finally, she came to one with a bulky manuscript sheet of pages. Although she had not received any advance notice that a manuscript was to be sent to her. Still, it was not uncommon for her to receive the efforts of amateur writers seeking her valuable criticism. In most cases, these were long-winded, pointless, and yawn-provoking attempts at writing. Nevertheless, she now opened the envelope in her hand and took out the numerous, closely written sheets. As she had anticipated, it was a manuscript, carefully bound. But somehow, for some unknown reason, there was neither a title nor a byline. The manuscript began abruptly. Dear Madam. Momentarily she reflected. Maybe, after all, it was just a letter. Unconsciously, her eyes hurried on to read 2 or 3 lines, and then gradually she became absorbed in some strangely gruesome narrative. Her curiosity aroused to the bursting point and spurred on by some unknown magnetic force. She continued to read. Dear Madam, I do hope you will forgive this presumptuous letter from a complete stranger. What I am about to write, Madam, may shock you to no end. I, however, am determined to lay before you a confession of my own, and to describe in detail the terrible crime I have committed. For many months, I've hidden myself away from the light of civilization. Hidden, as it were, like the devil himself. In this whole wide world, no one knows of my deeds. However, quite recently, a queer change took place in my conscious mind, and I just couldn't bear to keep my secret any longer. I simply had to confess. All that I have written so far must have clearly awakened only perplexity in your mind. However, I beseech you to bear with me and kindly read my communication to the bitter end, because if you do, you will fully understand the strange workings of my mind and the reason why it is to you in particular that I make this confession. I really am at a loss where to begin, for the facts at which I am settling forth are so all grotesquely out of the ordinary. Frankly, words fail me, for human words seem utterly inadequate to sketch all the details. But nevertheless I will. I will try to lay bare the events in chronological order just as they happened. First, let me explain that I'm ugly. Ugly beyond description. Please bear this fact in mind. Otherwise I fear that if and when you do grant my ultimate request and do see me, you may be shocked and horrified at the sight of my face. After so many months of unsanitary living, however, I implore you to believe me when I state that despite the extreme ugliness of my face, within my heart there has always burned a pure and overwhelming passion. Next, let me explain that I am a humble workman by trade. Had I been born in a well-to-do family, I might have found the power with money to ease the torture of my soul brought on by my ugliness. Or perhaps if I had been endowed by nature with artistic talents, I might again have been able to forget my bestial countenance and seek consolation in music or poetry. But unblessed with any such talents, and being the unfortunate creature that I am, I had no trade to turn to, except that of a humble cabinet maker. Eventually, my specialty became that of making assorted types of chairs. In this particular line, I was fairly successful, to such a degree that I gained the reputation of being able to satisfy any kind of order, no matter how complicated. For this reason, in woodworking circles, I came to enjoy the special privilege of accepting only orders for luxury chairs with complicated requests, for unique carvings, new designs for the backrests and arm supports, fancy paddings for cushions and seat, all work of a nature which called for skilled hands and patient trial and study, work which an amateur craftsman could hardly undertake. The reward for all my pains, however, lay in the sheer delight of creating. You may even consider me a braggart when you hear this, but it all seemed to me to be the same type of thrill which a true artist feels upon creating a masterpiece. As soon as the chair was completed, it was my usual custom to sit on it, to see how it felt, and despite the dismal life of one of my humble profession, at such moments I, experience an indescribable thrill, giving my mind free rein. I used to imagine the types of people who would eventually curl up in the chair. Certainly people of nobility, living in palatial residences with exquisite priceless paintings hanging off the walls, glittering crystal chandeliers hanging from the ceilings, expensive rugs on the floor, etc. And one particular chair, which I imagine standing before a mahogany table, gave me the vision of fragrant western flowers scenting the air with sweet perfume. Enwrapped in these strange visions, I came to feel that I too belonged to such settings, and I deserved no end of pleasure from imagining myself to be an influential figure in society. Foolish thoughts such as these kept coming to me in rapid succession. Imagine, madam, the pathetic figure I made, sitting comfortably in a luxurious chair of my own making and pretending that I was holding the hands with the girl of my dreams. As was always the case, however, the noisy chattering of the uncouth women of the neighbourhood and the hysterical shrieking, babbling and wailing of the children quickly dispelled all my beautiful dreams. Again, grim reality reared its ugly head before my eyes. Once back to earth, I again found myself a miserable creature, a helpless, crawling worm. And as for my beloved, that angelic woman, she, too, vanished like a mist. I cursed myself for my folly. Why, even the dirty women tending babies in the streets do not so much as bother to glance in my direction. Every time I completed a new chair, I was haunted by feelings of utter despair. And with the passing of the months, my long accumulated misery was enough to choke me. One day, I was charged with the task of making a huge, leather-covered armchair, a type I had never before conceived, for a foreign hotel located in Yokohama. Actually, this particular type of chair was to have been imported from abroad, but through the persuasion of my employer, who admired my skill as a chairmaker, I received the order. In order to live up to my reputation as a super craftsman, I began to devote myself seriously to my new assignment. Steadily, I became so engrossed in my labours that at times I even skipped food and sleep. Really, it'd be no exaggeration to state that the very job became my life. Every fibre of the wood I used seemingly linked to my heart and soul. At last, when the chair was completed, I experienced a satisfaction hitherto unknown. For I honestly believed that I had achieved a piece of work which immeasurably surpassed all my other creations. As before, I rested the weight of my body on the 4 legs that supported the chair, first dragging it to a sunny spot on the porch of my workshop. What comfort! What supreme luxury! Not too hard or too soft, the spring seemed to match the cushion with uncanny precision. And as for the leather, what an alluring touch it possessed! This chair not only supported the person who sat in it, but it also seemed to embrace and to hug him. Still further, I also noted the perfect reclining angle of the back support, the delicate puffy swelling of the armrest, the perfect symmetry of each of the component parts. Surely no product could have expressed with greater elegance the definition of the word comfort. I let my body sink deeply into the chair and, caressing the 2 armrests with my hands, gasped with a genuine satisfaction and pleasure. Again, my imagination began to play its usual tricks, raising strange fancies into my mind. The scene in which I imagined now rose before my eyes so vividly that for a moment I asked myself if I were not slowly going insane. While in this mental condition, a weird idea suddenly leapt into my mind. Assuredly, it was the whispering of the devil himself, although it was a sinister idea. It attracted me with a powerful magnetism which I found impossible to resist. At first, no doubt, the idea found its seed in my secret yearning to keep the chair for myself. Realizing, however, that this was totally out of the question, I next longed to accompany the chair wherever it went. Slowly, but steadily, as I continued to nurse this fantastic notion, my mind fell into the grip of an almost terrifying temptation. Imagine, madam. I really and actually made up my mind to carry out that awful scheme to the end, come what may. Quickly, I took the armchair part and then put it together again to suit my weird purposes. As it was a large armchair with the seat covered right down to the level of the floor, I soon contrived to make the cavity inside large enough to accommodate a man without any danger of exposure. Of course, my work was hampered by a large amount of wooden framework and the springs in the side, but with my usual skills as a craftsman, I remodeled the chair so that the knees could be placed below the seat, the torso and head inside the backrest. Seated thus in the cavity, one could remain perfectly concealed. At this type of craftsmanship came second nature to me. I also added a few finishing touches, such as improved acoustics to catch outside noises, and, of course, a peephole cut out in leather, but absolutely unnoticeable. Furthermore, I also provided a storage space for supplies, wherein I placed a few boxes of hardtack and a water bottle. For another of nature's needs, I also inserted a large rubber bag, and by the time I finished fitting the interior of the chair with these and other unique facilities, it had become quite a habitable place. But not for longer than 2 or 3 days at a stretch.
Hey, yo, I don't like where this is going, bro. This is getting a little.
Completing my weird task, I stripped down to my waist and buried myself inside the chair. Just imagine the strange feeling I experienced, madam. Really, I felt like I buried myself in a lonely grave. Upon reflection, I realized that it was indeed a grave. As soon as I entered the chair, I was swallowed by complete darkness. And to everyone else in the world, I no longer existed. Presently, a messenger arrived from the dealer to take the delivery of the armchair, bringing with him a large handcart. My apprentice, the only person with whom I lived, was utterly unaware of what had happened. I saw him talking to the messenger. While my chair was being loaded onto the handcart, one of the cart pullers exclaimed, "Good God! This chair is certainly heavy. It must weigh a ton!" When I heard this, my heart leapt into my mouth. However, as the chair itself was obviously an extraordinarily heavy one, no suspicions were aroused. And before long I could feel the vibration of the rattling handcart being pulled along the streets. Of course, I worried incessantly, but at length, at the same afternoon, the armchair in which I was concealed was placed with a thud on the floor of a room in the hotel. Later, I discovered it was not an ordinary room, but the lobby. Now, as you may have already guessed long ago, my key motive in this mad venture was to leave my hole in the chair when the coast was clear, loiter around in the hotel, and start stealing. Who would dream that a man was concealed in the side of a chair? Like a fleeting shadow, I could ransack every room at will, and by the time any alarm was sounded, I'd be safe and sound inside my sanctuary, holding my breath and observing the ridiculous antics of the people outside looking for me. Possibly you've heard of the hermit crab that's found on the coastal rocks, shaped like a large spider. This crab always crawls about stealthily, and as soon as it hears footsteps, quickly retreats into an empty shell, from which hiding place, with gruesome, hairy front legs partially exposed, it looks furtively about. I was just like this freak monster crab, but instead of a shell, I had a better shield, a chair, which could conceal me far more effectively. As you can imagine, my plan was so unusual and original, so utterly unexpected that no one was ever the wiser. Consequently, my adventure was a complete success. On the third day after my arrival at the hotel, I discovered that I had already taken in quite the haul. Imagine the thrill and excitement of being able to rob to my heart's content. Not to mention the fun I derived from observing the people rushing hither and thither, only a few inches away, under my very nose, shouting, "The thief went this way and he went that way." Unfortunately, I do not have the time to describe all my experiences in detail. Rather, allow me to proceed with my narrative and tell you of a far greater source of weird joy, which I managed to discover. In fact, what I'm about to relate now is the key point of this letter. First, however, I must request you turn your thoughts back to the moment when my chair and I were both placed in the lobby of this hotel. As soon as that chair was put on the floor, all the various members of the staff took turns testing out the seat. And after the novelty wore off, they all left the room. And then silence reigned, an absolute and complete.
Stretch and a hydrate. Okay. Oh shit, River with the party of 8. Hello everybody. What is going on? We're reading scary stories. How are you? How is Strombolombing? River Raid, River Rapid Raid. It's River Rapid Ripperoo. Welcome everybody. Welcome to Stromboni. Welcome to Streambolombly. Hi River. How are you doing? How was your stream? What were you doing? Strimbadabadibadabafabulabadus. What were you playing? What were you playing? Ooh. Cooking simulator. Let's go. Hell yeah, River. Well, thank you for the raid. You've actually come at a good time. We are in the middle of quite the interesting story that I have been recommended. We are about halfway through. The story up till now is a famous writer who was going through her mail. She got a manuscript from somebody. It was from a man who made chairs, and one day he got the idea to put himself in a chair, and now he's in a hotel.
However, I could not find the courage to leave my sanctum, for I began to imagine 1,000 dangers. For what seemed like ages, I kept my ears alerted for the slightest sound. After a while, I heard heavy footsteps drawing near, evidently from the direction of the corridor. The next moment, the unknown feet must have started to tread on a heavy carpet, for the walking sound died out completely. Sometime later, the sound of a man panting, all out of breath, assailed my ears. Before I could anticipate what the next development would be, a large, heavy body, like that of a European, fell on my knees and seemed to bounce 2 or 3 times before settling down, with just a thin leather between the seat of his trousers and my knees. I could almost feel the warmth of his body, and as for his broad, muscular shoulders, they rested flatly against my chest, while his 2 heavy arms were deposited squarely on mine. I could imagine this individual puffing away at his cigar, for the strong aroma came floating to my nostrils. Just imagine yourself in my queer position, madam, and reflect for a brief moment on the utterly unnatural state of affairs. As for myself, I was utterly frightened, petrified, with a cold sweat running down my armpits. Beginning with this individual, several people sat on my knees that day, as if they had patiently awaited their turn. No one, however, suspected that even for a fleeting moment, that the soft cushion on which they were sitting was actually human flesh, with blood circulating in its veins, confined in a strange world of darkness. What was it about this mystic hole that fascinated me so? I somehow felt like an animal living in a totally new world. And as for the people who lived in the world outside, I could distinguish them only as people who made weird noises, breathed heavily, talked, rustled their clothes, and possessed soft, round bodies.
This guy's getting way too into himself. Way too into himself.
Gradually, I could begin to distinguish the sitters just by the sense of touch rather than sight. Those who were fat felt like large jellyfish. Those who were especially thin made me feel as if I was supporting a skeleton. Other distinguishing factors consisted of the curve of the spine, the breadth of the shoulder blades, the length of the arms, and the thickness of their thighs, as well as the contour of their bottoms. May seem stranger, but I speak nothing but the truth when I say that although all people may seem alike, there are countless distinguishing traits among all men that can be seen merely by the feel of their bodies. In fact, there are just as many differences in the case of fingerprints or facial contours. This theory, of course, also applies to female bodies. Usually, women are classified in 2 large categories, the plain and the beautiful. However, in my dark, confined world, inside of the chair, facial merits or demerits were of secondary importance, being overshadowed by the more meaningful qualities found in the feel of flesh, the sound of the voice, and the body odor. Madam, I do hope you will not be offended by the boldness in which I sometimes speak. And so, to continue with my narration, there was one girl, the first who ever sat on me, who kindled in my heart a passionate love, judging solely by her voice. She was European. At that moment, although there was no one else present in the room, her heart must have been filled with happiness, because she was singing with a sweet voice when she came tripping into the room. So I heard her standing immediately in front of my chair, giving any warning, she suddenly burst into laughter. The very next moment I could hear her arms flapping like a fish struggling in a net, and then she sat down on me. For a period of about 30 minutes, she continued to sing, moving her body and feet in tempo with her melody. For me, this was quite an unexpected development.
Alright, good night, Eli.
For I had always held aloof from all members of the opposite sex because of my ugly face. Now I realized that I was present in the same room with a European girl whom I had never seen, my skin virtually touching hers through a thin layer of leather. Unaware of my presence, she continued to act with unreserved freedom, doing as she pleased. Inside the chair, I could visualize myself hugging her, kissing her neck, snowy white. If only I could remove that layer of leather. Following this somewhat unhallowed but nevertheless enjoyable experience, I forgot all about my original intentions of committing robbery. Instead, I seemed to be plunging headlong into a new whirlpool of maddening pleasure. Long I pondered. Maybe I was destined to enjoy this type of existence. Gradually, the truth seemed to dawn on me. For those who were as ugly and as shunned as myself, it was assuredly wiser to enjoy life inside of a chair. For in this strange, dark world, I could hear and touch all desirable creatures. Love in a chair. This may all seem altogether too fantastic. Only one who has actually experienced it will be able to vouch for the thrills and the joys it provides. Of course, it's a strange sort of love, limited to the senses of touch, hearing, and smell. A love burning in a world of darkness. Believe it or not, many of the events that take place in this world are beyond full understanding. In the beginning, I had intended to only perpetrate a series of robberies and then flee. Now, however, I've become so attached to my quarters that I adjusted them more and more to permanent living. In my nocturnal prowlings, I always took the greatest of precautions, watching each step I took hardly making a sound. Hence, there was little danger of being detected. When I recall, however, that I spent several months inside of the chair without even being discovered once, it indeed surprises even me. For the better part of each day, I remained inside the chair, sitting like a contortionist with my arms folded and my knees bent. As a consequence, I felt as if my whole body were paralyzed. Furthermore, as I could never stand up straight, my muscles became taut and inflexible, and I gradually began to crawl instead of walk to the washroom. What a madman I was. Even in the face of all these sufferings, I could not persuade myself to abandon my folly and leave that weird world of sensuous pleasure. In the hotel, although there were several guests who stayed for a month or even two, making the place their home, there was always a constant flow of new guests and an equal exodus of the old. As a result, I could never manage to enjoy a permanent love. Even now, as I bring back to mind all my love affairs, I can recall nothing but the touch of warm flesh. Some of the women possessed the firm bodies of peonies. Others seemed to have the slimy bodies of snakes, and still others had bodies composed of nothing but fat, giving them the bounce of a rubber ball. There was also the unusual exceptions, who seemed to have bodies only made of sheer muscle, like autistic Greek statues. But notwithstanding the species or types, one and all had a special magnetic lure, quite distinctive from the others. And I was perpetually shifting the object of my passions.
I had to blow my nose there, sorry. Really clogged up on one side today.
At one time, for example, an intentionally famous dancer came to Japan and happened to stay at this hotel. Although she sat in my chair only on one single occasion, the contact of her smooth, soft flesh against my own afforded me a hitherto unknown thrill, so divine.
Oh, what do I think of the story so far? It's creepy. This guy's a fucking freak. This dude's a freak.
Soft flesh against my own. I felt inspired into a state of positive exaltation. On this occasion, instead of my carnal instincts being aroused, I simply felt like a gifted artist being caressed by the magic wand of a fairy. Strange, eerie episodes followed in rapid succession. However, as space prohibits, I shall refrain from giving a detailed description of each and every case. Instead, I shall continue to outline the general course of events. One day, several months following my arrival at the hotel, there suddenly occurred an unexpected change in the shape of my destiny. For some reason, the foreign proprietor of the hotel was forced to leave for his homeland, and as a result, the management was transferred to Japanese hands. Originating from this change in proprietorship, a new policy was adopted calling for a drastic retrenchment in expenditures, the abolishment of luxurious fittings, and other steps to increase profits through economy. One of the first results of this new policy was that the management put all the extravagant furnishings of the hotel up for auction. Included a list of items for sale was my chair. When I learned of this new development, I immediately felt the greatest of disappointments. However, a voice inside me advised that I should return to the natural outside world and spend the tidy sum I had acquired by stealing. Of course, realized I would no longer have to return to my humble life as a craftsman, for I was actually comparatively wealthy. The thought of my new role in society seemed to overcome my disappointment in having to leave the hotel. Also, when I reflected deeply on all the pleasures in which I had derived, I was forced to admit that although my love affairs had been many, they had all been with foreign women, and that somehow something had always been lacking. I then realized fully and deeply that as a Japanese I really craved a lover of my own kind. While I was turning these thoughts over in my mind, my chair, with me still in it, was sent to a furniture store to be sold at an auction. Maybe this time, I told myself, the chair would be purchased by Japanese and kept in a Japanese home. With my fingers crossed, I decided to be patient and continue with my existence in the chair a little while longer. Although I suffered for 2 or 3 days in my chair while it stood in front of a furniture store, eventually it came up for sale and was promptly purchased. This fortunately was because of the excellent workmanship which had gone into its making, and although it was no longer new, it still had a dignified bearing. The purchaser was a high-ranking official who lived in Tokyo. When I was being transferred from the furniture store to the man's palatial residence, the bouncing and vibrating of the vehicle almost killed me. I gritted my teeth and bore up bravely. However, comforted by the thought, at last I had been bought by a Japanese. Inside his house, I was placed in a spacious, Western-style study. One thing about the room which gave me the greatest of satisfactions was the fact that my share was meant more for the use of his young and attractive wife than his own. Within a month I had come to be with the wife constantly, united with her as one, so to speak, with the exception of dining and sleeping hours. Her soft body was always seated on my knees, for the simple reason that she was engaged in a deep thinking task. You have no much idea how much I loved this lady. She was the first Japanese woman with whom I'd ever come into such close contact, and moreover she composed a wonderfully appealing body. She seemed to answer all of my prayers. Compared with this, all my other affairs with the various women of the hotel seemed like childish flirtations. Nothing more. Proof of the mad love which I now cherished for this intellectual lady was found in the fact that I longed to hold her every moment of the time when she was away. Even for a fleeting moment, I waited for her return, like a love-crazed Romeo, yearning for his Juliet. Such feelings I had never hitherto experienced. Gradually, I came to want to convey my feelings with her. Somehow I tried vainly to carry out my purpose, but it always encountered a blank wall. For I was absolutely helpless. Oh, how I longed to have her reciprocate my love. Yes, you may consider this the confession of a madman, for I was mad. Madly in love with her. But how could I signal to her? If I revealed myself, the shock of the discovery would immediately prompt her to call her husband and the servants, and that, of course, would be fatal to me. The exposure would not only mean disgrace, but severe punishment for the crimes I'd committed. Therefore, I decided on another course of action, namely, to add in every way to her comfort, and thus awaken in her a natural love for the chair. As she was a true artist, I somehow felt confident that her natural love of beauty would guide her in the direction I desired. And for myself, I was willing to find pure contentment in her love, even for a material object. For I could find solace in the belief that her delicate feelings of love for even a mere chair were powerful enough to penetrate the creature that dwelled inside, which was myself. In every way, I endeavored to make her more comfortable every time she placed her weight on my chair. Whenever she would become tired from sitting long in one position on my humble person, I would slowly move my knees and embrace her more warmly, making her more snug, and when she dozed off to sleep, I would move my knees ever so softly, to rock her into a deeper slumber. Somehow, possibly by a miracle. Or was it just my imagination? This lady now seemed to love my chair deeply, for every time she sat down, she acted like a baby, falling into a mother's embrace, or a girl surrendering herself into the arms of her lover. And when she moved herself about in the chair, I felt that she was feeling almost an amorous joy. In this way, the fire of my love and passion rose into a leaping flame that could never be extinguished. And I finally reached a stage where I simply had to make a strange, bold plea. Ultimately, I began to feel that if she would just look at me for even a brief, passing moment, I could die with the deepest contentment. No doubt, madam. By this time you must have certainly guessed who the object of my mad passion is. To put it explicably, she happens to be none other than yourself, madam. Ever since your husband brought the chair from that furniture store, I have been suffering excruciating pains of my mad love and longing for you. I am but a worm, a loathsome creature. I have but one request. Could you meet me once? Just once. I will ask nothing further of you. I, of course, do not deserve your sympathy, for I have always been nothing but a villain, unworthy even to touch the soles of your feet. But if you will grant me this one request just out of compassion, my gratitude will be eternal. Last night I stole out of your residence to write this confession because even leaving aside the danger, I did not possess the courage to meet you suddenly face to face, without any warning or preparation. While you were reading this letter, I will be roaming around your house with bated breath. If you agree to my request, please place your handkerchief on the pot of flowers that stands outside your window. At this signal, I will open your front door and enter as a humble visitor. Thus ended the letter. Even before Yoshiko had read many pages, some premonition of evil had caused her to become deadly pale. Rising unconsciously, she had fled from the study, from that chair upon which she had been seated, and sought sanctuary in one of the Japanese rooms of her house. For a moment it had been her intention to stop reading and tear up the eerie message, but somehow she read on, with the closely written sheets laid on a low desk. Now that she had finished, her premonition was proved correct. That chair on which she had sat from day to day, had it really contained a man? If true,
What a horrible experience she had unknowingly undergone. A sudden chill came over her as if ice water had poured down onto her back, and the shivers that flowed never seemed to stop. Like one in a trance, she gazed into space. Should she examine the chair? But how could she possibly steel herself for such a horrible ordeal? Even though the chair might now be empty, what about the filthy remains, such as the food and other necessary items he must have used? Madam, a letter for you. With a start, she looked up and found her maid standing at the doorway with an envelope in her hand. In a daze, Yoshiko took the envelope and stifled a scream. Horror of horrors, it was another message from that same man. Again, her name was written in that same familiar scrawl. For once, for a long while, she had hesitated, wondering whether she should open it. At last, she mustered up enough courage to break the seal, and shakingly took out the pages. This second communication was short and curt, and contained another breathtaking surprise. Forgive my boldness in addressing another message to you. I merely happen to be one of your ardent admirers. The manuscript which I submitted to you under a separate cover was based on pure imagination and my knowledge that you had recently bought that chair. It is a sample of my own humble attempts at fictional writing. If you would kindly comment on it, I shall know no greater satisfaction. For personal reasons, I submitted my MS prior to writing this letter of explanation, and I assume you've already read it. And if you have already read it, I assume, how did you find it? Madam, if you found it amusing or entertaining in some degree, I shall feel that my literary efforts have not been wasted. Although I purposefully refrained from telling you in the manuscript I intended to give the title of my story. The title of The Human Chair. With my deepest respects and sincerest wishes, I remain cordially yours, Hori Tatsuo. That was a really good story, actually. I liked that a lot. That was a really good story, actually. I mean, yes, it was fucked up and gross and creepy as shit. And that ending really makes you think for a second. Very interesting, but really good. I liked it a lot. That was a fun read. I kind of figured halfway through, especially when we got to the Japanese residence part, I was like, oh no, did she buy the chair? See, the part that bugs me about it, and this is the part that makes it's very creepy, because here's the thing that bothers me. This last letter makes it sound like she's been hoodwinked, that she's been had. But he specifically says, on pure imagination and my knowledge that you had recently bought that chair. How did he know who bought that chair? And how did he know that she recently acquired that chair? How did he know? It makes you think. That's all I'm gonna say. So, I mean, he is a well-known dignitary, sure, but what news covers a dignitary buying a chair? It's not exactly pressing information. And he certainly knew an awful lot about this woman. I'm just saying. Something to think about. Something to think about. Seriously fucked up content warning. I'm gonna look at what that content warning is real quick. Aw, skip this one if you love animals. Oh no. Not the aminal. Still not worse than Pontiac Robotics Archive. Dude, what was going on in those videos? Like, dead ass, what was happening? I still don't get it. I still don't know. Damn, that whole story took a fucking hour. It was a good use of an hour. Okay, so out of this list, we've got the ones that'll fuck you up forever, the ones that'll keep you up tonight, the ones that will shock the shit out of you, the ones that are just good stories. And this is apparently a curated list by a certain user. Kurt, you pick that one, I will stuff you in a chair. Yeah, we're not gonna do that. The orangutans are skeptical and changes of their cages. What? So, I've actually read The Smiling Man on this channel, so we're not gonna read that one. Search and Rescue is really good. Balloons is actually part of a whole series of creepypastas by Thousand Vultures called Pen Pal. And Pen Pal is actually straight up my favorite creepypasta like ever fucking made. Like, Pen Pal is so fucking unbelievably good. It's ridiculous. Let me guess, you were thinking that the chair was going to be made out of a person, Sylvia, right? So, how are we feeling? Do we want another story? Do we want some more videos? Or do we want to just chill out with some game content? You know what? I'll even put up a poll. I'm going to go to the bathroom. My voice is doing okay. It's fine. Should I let the vote have additional Chromer for votes? Maybe not. Yeah, I'm not gonna allow additionals this time around. I'm just gonna let it be the way it was. Well, Sylvia, we live in the same state, and I get high all the fucking time, even on stream. You can buy, like, Delta THC at weed shops. It's fucking perfectly legal. No, the voices I kept in my normal vocal range just because there was no specific need to put them in a different range. But for now, the poll is up. I don't. Can y'all see the poll? Can y'all see it up there? I don't know if it's showing up or not. I can I tell, my friendings? I don't know. That's the fun part. Okay. Well, y'all vote. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna leave you with funky scrunky musiconi.
So you want spooky videos, huh? That's what you want. Hmm? You want to watch some spooky videos?
I think I've watched some stuff like that in the past before. You gotta take some of those videos with a grain of salt because they don't usually, like, delve super deep. They just kind of find spooky videos on the internet, but it's just like, I mean, you know, that's not a big deal. Okay, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. All right, well, if that's the case, we're going back to Pontiac. Hello! Let's try and figure out what the fuck's going on here. Ugh. You're sitting at a piano? Theirs was more talking about horror and spooky legends. Oh, that's cool. What is this? What am I looking at? Oh! Why is it moving? Oh, its face broke. Hmm. You know what? We should watch the oldest view as well. What the fuck? What is... I want to know what this fucking series is. Oh, he ripped her in half. Oh. Goodbye, face. Damn. What? He just disappeared? There's a house fire? Poor Meg. They busted your face up. Oh, Meg has a new face now. Somehow this is worse. It seems like a lot of this is backward. This footage seems color-wise inverted. And reversed. Oh, did Meg die? It looks like there's fire and smoke coming off of it. Meg lit on fire. Meg is burning. Huh. Yeah. Yo, dude, that guy's taking a piss. He's gone. Slender Man? Is that you? Oh. Hi, Meg. Why'd you do that to Meg? You broke them. Did... What?
This is your fault, Sylvester.
This is your fault, Sylvester?
Welcome to Utopia Orthodontics. Our delightful crew is here to help you to your long journey to a perfect smile. We offer almost 6 unique procedures to assure that your distinct oral situation can be fixed. It only took Jake 7 years to achieve this perfect smile. And this week only, we offer a 10% off sale on children's headgear and 5% off 2-week warranty on children's braces. Utopia Orthodontics. Your smile will show.
Want more from your raisin brand than more of the same? Go nuts!
Oh yeah, now we're going places. Where the fuck? This is clearly somebody running from something. Meg has no head anymore. This was 5 days ago. What the fuck is happening? Well, that was something certainly interesting. What's nocturnal?
I knew what I saw, but maybe I was mistaken. Like I was really supposed to believe it wasn't just a dream. Then I really woke up.
We continue to monitor what has now become a national epidemic, immediate unexplained nocturnal death syndrome. And you may be at risk. Numerous victims of visitors from another plane of existence. Most victims have died instantly through fatal trauma to the brain.
Yes, hello, who's there? Why are you knocking? Are you done? Thank you.
Stem, blood loss, and eventual mummification. There have been nearly 100 victims coast to coast, with only a few survivors.
Dane's Log Part 1. It's Christmas Day. Merry Christmas, I guess. I'm one of the few survivors, but I'm told I'm not out of the woods yet. I don't really understand what happened to me. When I woke up,
yeah?
it was different.
That jump scare happened so fast, I didn't even have time to get scared by it.
If I were to describe it, I feel like I'm still sleeping.
Calamity!
Calamity!
Is Dane Lansky, 33 years old, male, immediate unexplained nocturnal death survivor number 9, victim number 41. Patient has complained of a quote, squeezing feeling starting in the forehead, following down the posterior chain to the heels of his feet. Plasma levels have stabilized. He will continue to be
Victim's name is Dane Lansky, a 33-year-old man expecting a child with his fiancée, Vanessa. A bright future that may have been taken away.
RIP.
Dane's Log, Part 12. It's been getting more and more difficult to speak. Description doesn't elude me. I'm just having trouble mustering the strength in my lungs and vocal cords. I'm not sure what they want me to say. I've told them everything I know. I said the same thing to my fiancé a few days ago, among other things. The point is, I think I'm dying.
I could have told you that.
Watching the news?
Yeah, I've been trying not to, honestly, but it's hard to look away.
Yeah. I'm not doing well.
I wish they would let me see you.
That wouldn't be a good idea.
But I want to.
It wouldn't be a good idea. Some of the doctors and nurses that have handled me haven't slept in days.
What?
I think I'm a monster or something.
No, you're not.
You said this was all a hoax.
Dane, please.
Dane. Patient Dane Lansky. Physical state has declined. Currently non-responsive. We are seeing similar symptoms to that of deaths in IUNDS cases. Body weight has declined by nearly 50%. We have been witnessing the possibility of a contagion with this case. 3 nurses and some other medical staff have been unable to sleep for around 40
It's... yeah, it's certainly doing... It's certainly analog horroring.
First responders rushed to the Brookside Hospital. A report of a disaster.
Hey, that's his name.
I am in your dreams. I am in your dreams. I am in your dreams.
Yeah. A hydrate and a stretch.
But I can tell you that he wasn't Dane anymore. I've been sleeping a lot more recently.
Oh, stretch my back.
Kind of ironic. I hope that they got everything that they could out of Dane. But to be honest, I don't really care why this is happening. I just wish it never happened at all.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's that. Oh no. Why is Gyroscope fucking doing a video on him? I apologize there, but when it comes to horror videos, you have to just expect flashing images. It's just how it goes. Stop recommending me Urban Spook. What I want to know is, have they uploaded? Nope. We live in a time. If they're making good analog horror, they wouldn't rely so much on flashing ones. That one just wasn't very good. So what is this? It's like a 28-minute feature. Mm-hmm.
We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming has been discontinued during this emergency. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. Please stand by. Please stand by.
This is a national emergency. During the past night, we have received multiple sightings and reports of so-called demon eyes. We have been fighting hard to eliminate the virus through sanitation and quarantine of the infected. With severe losses among our ranks, we have resorted to cleansing the contaminated of our country. Please pay attention to this message during the next few minutes at all costs. But what exactly is
Hey, yo, what the fuck was that you just showed me?
And all official
Excuse me?
that should follow will refer to the viral infection as the Medusa virus. The Medusa virus is spread through direct, sustained eye contact with the infected persons. As of the current moment, we have not been able to conduct...
Wait, you're telling me if you make eye contact with one of these fuckers, you're fucked? Oh, that's a new one. I've never heard that before.
What should you do to help out? Telephone lines should only be used for absolute emergency. This does not include communication before certain death.
What?
Lock all doors if possible, and blind all windows. Do not attempt to go outside, and do not attempt to help the infected. When in close vicinity of an infected individual, keep your head down and do not attempt to look at their eyes. Avoid human interaction at all costs. Do not attempt to blind yourself.
What?
What'll I do? I long for somebody who will sympathize with me. I'm growing so tired of living alone. I lie
Surgical removal of the eyeballs. Wow.
nobody loves me, that's why. All by myself.
What the fuck? It makes your eyes explode? The Illuminati.
As we speculate, there is no long-term solution or returning to normal life. Tell your children goodbye, and do whatever you need to do before the end. This is the final goodbye. I repeat, this is the final goodbye.
I saw that little face. Ooh, okay. This is interesting footage.
Discovery report on investigative procedures of the Medusa virus, as of August 5th, 1998. Report submitted by Dr. Engler from the National Virology Lab of the United States of America. All findings and results shall be kept confidential, unless pardoned by the President of the United States.
Well, I guess Dr. Engler is not important anymore. He looked like he was walking a little weirdly.
p.m. EST, June 13, 1998. Results from testing this morning has concluded that the Medusa virus's symptoms are different than we thought. The swelling of the eyeballs seems to be caused by the virus moving through the bloodstream towards the brain and face where it can replicate best. The violent travel of the blood seems to be extremely damaging to the cerebellum and spinal nerves. Further tests will be done to conclude how the virus is contracted.
Is this person in Japan or something? These look like Japanese streets.
2:46 p.m. EST, June 17, 1998. No information has been found about the transmission of the virus. We believe it has something to do with eye contact activating the amygdala and causing a sense of threat, which somehow allows the virus to enter the body without being noticed by the immune system. A test will be completed later today among the frozen corpses to see why this is.
I know it's in the US, but the way the streets are structured, the rural fixtures are structured, the lights and everything, the way everything just looks and is laid out, it looks very Japanese.
11:51 p.m. EST, June 17, 1998. After careful recalculation and rerunning of trials, we have still not been able to find out anything. If knowledge is control, it seems we humans are not in control anymore. No cure has been discovered here, but we will have to cross-check that with the other teams.
Yeah, that's true. The immune system doesn't know the eyes exist, so... I mean, it does make a very good entry point.
p.m. EST, August 5th, 1998. While testing a cure that melts the virus proteins, we have stumbled across a new mutation of the virus. The strain seems to be much lighter than the previous one and has evolved to be transmitted through the air. But unlike other airborne diseases, this virus seems to be in complete control of the direction it floats in. The symptoms are not confirmed to be the same.
Dr. Engler, I've inhaled it. The seal wasn't gasproof.
Oh, so you can inhale it.
We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming has been discontinued during this emergency. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. Please stand by. Please stand by.
Yo, more White Housing? Let's go.
This is a national emergency. New discoveries have been made on the Medusa virus. Scientists from the government's National Virology Lab have concluded that a new mutation of the virus has been discovered. Please pay close attention to the device you are viewing this from and lock all windows, doors, and vents. If you are outdoors, please keep this broadcast on while you swiftly make your way indoors.
Yeah? What do I not have much time for?
The new mutation allows the virus to transmit it through airborne methods in the form of a thick, orange gas. Do not inhale the gas and cover your face.
So now it just travels through the fucking air.
The government will provide advanced filtering to the air conditioning systems to keep a supply of air to all households.
Watching the clock on the shelf. There must be someone knows the loving I could be giving. Yet I keep on living. Hope
Oh!
What does the new mutant do?
I have no idea.
Gas has a strong smell of power cake. Once the gas is smelt, it can cause a strong feeling of nostalgia and the loss of self-control, similar to being drunk. The infected will be attracted towards the smell and will follow the trail of smell unconsciously. You will lose complete awareness, and victims may experience the replaying of memories involving the smell. Victims may appear to be walking around normally, but they are beyond saving.
They are
As the victim
already
walks
dead.
towards the origin of the scent, more and more of the virus enters the respiratory system, eventually producing the same effects of the first discovered strain of the Medusa virus. Paralysis and suffocation will occur. If you see someone walking around drunkenly through your window, humming or murmuring, alert authorities immediately and refrain from watching their death.
Who is this fucking
Avoid
smiler that we
exercise
keep
or
seeing
any
on these
activity
broadcasts?
requiring heavy breathing and stay isolated indoors. May God help us all.
May God help us all.
Avoid exercise or any activity requiring heavy breathing and stay isolated indoors. May...
Yeah? Okay. Ooh, okay, what do we got here? It just looks like Japan. Like, it just looks like Japan. I mean, this obviously just looks like a forest, but... Is that a person? Hmm? Well, don't turn your light off. Nobody can see anything. So what, he just goes out in the middle of the woods? Is that what we doing now? I don't know. The FBI presents The Fundamentals of Double Action Revolver Shooting.
When shooting at the sky, aim slightly above the target. Although shooting at infected flocks often only injures the bird, it is the best method currently accessible.
Birdies.
In the case of an attack by a large flock of birds, such as hawks or pigeons, the best weapon of choice is the shotgun. Aim for the center of the flock and load with birdshot.
Are the fucking birds infected? Are the fucking birds infected? Alright, have a good night, River. Thank you for the raid again.
The virus attacks the brain of the birds, causing them to caw or almost scream abnormally loudly, creating strange sound waves which can be deafening. Any human who hears the sound will likely go crazy or have the survival urge to go outside and silence the source of the sound. This, however, is dangerous, due to the risk of inhalation of the Medusa virus in gas form. Here is a sample of the sound.
Wait, what? Oh, thank you. Alright, good night, Lucky. Have a good night. Man, the birds are throwing a fit today.
We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House. This is the emergency alert system. All normal programming has been discontinued during this emergency. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. Please stand by. Please stand by.
Yo, it's the White House again.
Emergency. The virus is now known to infect birds of all types, from sparrows to eagles. Wear earplugs at all times and lock doors and windows with locks even you cannot break through even with a key. You must prevent your own escape the case you hear the shrieks.
Jesus.
You will lose control. The fight or flight response will be activated upon the brain registering the sound. Going outside will be uncontrollable and inevitable when this happens, and inhalation of...
Who's laughing in the background?
One must really learn to live less. I miss the sky and grass outside. I miss the smells of the market. I'm missing my friend who looked into the wrong eye. What happened to human power? I can't see the sky anymore.
Oh, we're back to the found footage. See, this looks like a suburban neighborhood, like a normal, like, US one. What? Whoa, what the? Cinematic? What the fuck? You're trying your best, but I can tell that your mouse moving the 3D model character. Oh shit.
Hello? Yes.
Now this is straight from Mandela. This setup is straight Mandela catalog.
Just check the news. Food shortages everywhere. First at eye contact, now we can't even grow crops or eat. Hey, listen, I'll call you back later. I'm, up to something right now. Alright, but check the articles I sent over. Also, don't call me back. Why? Something up? Nah, just the government being strict on telephone usage. Anyways, stay safe. Okay, I'll call you tomorrow. See ya. Alright, bye.
Yeah, this one is doing it up different. It's just like, it was just funny. Arrested for cannibalism. This is called Stone Cold. Yeah, you're fucked. Why'd you walk towards it, dumbass? How much longer am I going? Probably like only another 15 minutes. What a surprise. He walked up to the necrotic dude and he got fucking murked for it. Dude, is that Cuphead? There's gonna be an era where people look at Rubber Hose cartoons and go, oh my god, that's Cuphead, and that's all they're gonna say.
We interrupt our programming at the request of the White House.
This has gone from like an analog horror to something completely different.
I repeat, this is not a test. Please stand by. Please stand by. This is a national emergency. After 3 years of the Medusa virus and no significant scientific discovery going to any form of vaccination or cure, many of you at home may be beginning to lose hope. With over 3/4 of the population either infected and about to die or dead already, and the rest of us terrified at home, rest assured that scientific breakthrough is on the way. The National Virology Lab brings you updates for those still alive to watch. About some new discoveries about yet another mutation of the virus. Do not panic. New symptoms have been discovered. These include a sort of cold sensation around the neck and chest area, similar to as if cold hands were wrapped around you in kind of an insidious hug, or a chokehold rather. You may be familiar with the feeling when someone is standing right behind you. The warmth on your neck notifying you of their presence. Well, many patients have reported a similar feeling, only with an icy breath. When infected with this strain of the virus, nicknamed deadly O5, paralysis sets on much slower and patients seem to be, well, in a state of horror and panic, although unable to move.
Interesting.
This information to those who may remain alive. May God help us all.
As per recent discoveries conducted by drainage professionals, the Medusa virus has found its way into our ventilation and drainage. This means that the use of aircon or ventilation is strictly disallowed.
That sucks.
Do not turn on your aircon. If a thick orange gas seems to steam from any drainage, be sure to cover your mouth and tell your children goodbye. Lock yourself inside and make sure to consistently clean drainage pipes with any cleaning fluid registered to limit the spread of contamination. If, however, your complex relies on ventilation to filter and bring in fresh air, I'm sorry. Clean your pipes and restrict AC usage. Stay Medusa free.
It's coming in through the fucking pipes. There just ain't no way to live this. Hi, Moo Moo. We're watching spooky video. Good night, Mom. You actually came at the tail end of stream. I'm actually about to be done here in a little bit. Well, that was interesting. It was a good watch. I just don't really know what happened, I guess. So I think we've got time for like one more short one, maybe. How long is this one?
Warning. The feature you're about to view contains harsh colors and pulsing lights that
This'll
may be
do. We'll
harmful
watch
to
this.
certain viewers. If you proceed and at any point feel like you're experiencing symptoms of
Oh, hell
photosensitive
yeah,
epilepsy
Moo
or seizure,
Always
please
glad to
seek
have you.
medical
Always
attention
appreciate your
immediately.
lurkers, chat. So what is this gonna be? Actually, this is like... This actually looks really good. Nah, this is gonna be good. I can feel it. Nah, we just found something special. We just got something good on our hands just now. What?
Can you hear me?
I'd like to ask you to leave.
Hear me?
Are you even listening to me? Get out of here. Jeez. What the hell are you?
Lonely.
What the fuck? Whoa. That was cool. Also, I don't know what a broken masquerade is. That was cool. I mean, you're not really ignoring it if you're actively also trying to get it on camera.
Can you hear me?
What the fuck?
Oh, God.
What the fuck? Oh, I don't know what would cause that. That's a good question. Probably one of the several end of the world scenario ones that I've seen. Dude, this is crazy. Yeah, apparently it can do something physical at least.
Nathan, you need to wake up.
Oh, away. And stop making yourself look like that, damn it.
What's the matter, Nathan?
You know exactly what you're trying to remind me of. I just don't like it. Ow! For the love of God, can you shut up?
No. You had your chance for me to play nice, remember? And you didn't listen!
Listen, I don't even get what you're trying to tell me.
You will understand. Just clearly not tonight. Good night, Nathan.
No, please. Don't leave me.
What the hell? This is crazy. This is like some Skinamarink shit. What the fuck? The production quality is really, really good. What the actual shit? Ooh. What is going on? The arm was cool. You're on camera. Oh. This shit got strong Silent Hill vibes and it's really good.
Where are my hands? Where are my hands?
Say, where are my hands? What the hell am I looking at? This is insane. What the? This is fucking wild.
What took you so long, man?
Shut up. Camera, any takers? Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, sorry, I just gotta light up real quick. Whoa, this one's a bit faulty. Hey, I can still do it. Come on.
Any minute now.
I don't know what happened to him.
Not in my car. No, he's not.
Hey, his role's not mine.
Whatever.
Look, can we just fucking go already?
Jeez. What crawled up your ass?
Look, I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Alright.
Let's just get the map quest and get on.
Yeah. Blockbuster night!
Here we come.
Woo woo!
What gives, man? Why can't we just do this at your house?
Dude. My house is like barely a fucking house.
Better than my place.
You are lying. I don't even have a living room. You just want to come to my place so you can play my Dreamcast.
Nuh-uh. I'm a Nintendo boy through and through.
Wait.
Okay, say that when I woke up in the middle of the night and I literally saw you with TV at like low brightness playing my fucking copy of Sonic Adventure.
Okay, wait. So you were laying in bed, watching another man play with themselves?
Yeah, dude.
Don't make it gay!
I gotta admit, they've got era-accurate lexicon.
Your copy of Sonic Adventure, and I don't. What gives?
Well, nobody is supposed to be playing that system because I just got it and I'm broke as shit. This is the first nice thing I've had.
You can't share? We're all broke as shit.
Look, I didn't even know you liked Sonic.
I told you that for like the last year, man. Come on.
Stop bickering, you two.
Oh, like you want to talk. You and Aiden, sworn lovers.
Hey.
Everyone watched me play with myself.
Whoa!
I have a girlfriend, by the way.
Uh-huh. I bet she lives in another country.
No, she lives.
She goes to another school.
She's a Canadian model.
Shut the fuck up, guy.
This is funny as shit, actually. This is very believable.
Sense.
I'm impressed. This is
Actually, wait,
super
are we gonna use
believable
Sixth Sense or Blair
dialogue.
Witch?
This just feels like a couple of people hanging out.
I saw it in theaters before. You guys are gonna have your minds blown by the twist.
Whatever.
I'm gonna hold you up to that shit. It better be good.
I like it.
Well, we'll see.
Very believable dialogue. I don't know how he got out, is the thing.
I see dead people.
Oh, they're watching The Sixth Sense.
Dreams.
Yo, we
Hey,
love
man.
I told
Sonic
you to don't see it
mention.
in the theater with me.
Listen, I was working that day.
Alright.
All
What do
right.
you mean it was? All of the actors did a fucking phenomenal job. The twist was great. The directing and cinematography was top notch.
Even the kid wasn't annoying. The kids are always.
What about you?
I thought it was great. I liked it.
You halfway into bed?
Yeah.
I scream over the movie scene. I was definitely
my God,
talking
yeah.
over it, so
Dude.
it should be okay.
Alright. Well, you guys go figure out what you want to get for dessert. I, unfortunately, have to go.
See you later.
Thanks for
Yep.
coming out with us.
Of course. Alright. The fuck are they so quiet? Aiden? What the fuck?
What?
No.
What?
I'm here again. I was so close this time. I know it's you. Can you please just say something?
This is the farthest we've ever come, the two of us. Before you is a choice. If you truly wish to be free, step forward and open the door. Or you can turn around, walk the other way, and we can do this all over again.
Whoa.
For both of our sakes, Nathan, please make the right choice. I can't make you do this.
What are you? I see.
Silent treatment. I guess I expected that.
Yo, the music? Kind of funky. Let's just open the door, dude. It kind of seems like you've got a pretty easy choice. What?
No. This is all wrong. What happened here? Where did everything go?
It's like you went forward in time. Or something. No, he definitely went forward in time. This place is ancient.
I'm so sorry. I know this is hard for you, believe me. But it's time to move on now. You're free.
Will anybody remember me? Will anybody even care?
I've made sure of that. Goodbye, Ethan.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Is he dead? He must be. It's a story about dying. That's what it is. It's literally a story about a simulation of death. That's really cool. Oh, what a fun little thing. But you know what? It looks like we're out of time. Not only that, but it's getting late. I'm getting tired. My voice is getting tired, and my mom is asleep. So it's a good time for me to end off. But hey, thanks to everybody who came out tonight. Thanks to everybody who sat around, hung out with me. Thank you again to River, again, especially for the raid. It's been a lovely, lovely evening. Oh, Captain Crooked is doing a follow-a-thon, you say. Well, I didn't think anybody would be up this late, but you know what? We can give a skeleton a raid. Let me pull him up on my phone. Am I following Captain Crooked yet? Oh, they're asleep. Well, you know what? Let's fucking raid him anyway. All right. Oh, wait. There we go. Chat, we're about to wake somebody the fuck up. All right, everybody. From me to you. I hope y'all enjoyed this fun little spooky stream tonight. I will be back probably Saturday to do some more Baldur's Gate with Dev and Lucky. But as always, alright, I'll take a sip one more time. I hope y'all enjoy it. I know I did. And I will see you guys all next time. Good night, everybody.